We are about 2 weeks past the conclusion of the NFL draft, and some of you guys are wrapping up your Dynasty rookie drafts as well. So I thought today would be useful to bring you 3 player buys you should be looking to make in your Dynasty leagues to take advantage of the value shifting that the entering rookies have caused on the market. I'm your boy John, you're watching John Talks Ball, and let's get into the 3 players you should be buying in your Dynasty leagues. Alright, so the first buy of today's video is going to be wide receiver Jordan Addison of the Minnesota Vikings. Jordan Addison is suffering from what I'm going to call forgotten man syndrome. He had a down year in 2025, and a lot of people have decreased his value as a result of that, which I think is just mistaken process. Jordan Addison had a down year in 2025 with 610 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he was suspended for the first 3 games of the season thanks to some off-field issues, but I think his dip in production is far more likely due to the QB play of Nine and friends, aka JJ McCarthy, Max Brosmer, Carson Wentz, and whatever other unfortunate quarterbacks had to step behind center that season. Jordan Addison is a great player and prospect out of USC and went in the first round of the 2023 draft and just had his 5th-year option picked up as well. He's a guy where the talent far exceeds the price he's going at in Dynasty. I saw him go around Zach Charbonnet on Keep Trade Cut when I checked that out too. He's just a guy whose price has dipped far too low and is a player that's going to hold value as a talented young wide receiver in the league and is someone you should be buying. Now, let's take a look at some trades that you can make to acquire Jordan Addison in your Dynasty leagues. Just this morning, or rather yesterday morning by the time this video releases, we saw Matthew Golden exchanged for Jordan Addison 1-for-1 in a 2QB 12-team league, start 9 and full PPR. Now, Addison is just so much better of a prospect than Matthew Golden ever was. Matthew Golden was much more of a raw needs development prospect, but they did get similar draft capital, so I see why someone might be willing to take a shot on him at this price. But we've seen Addison produce. He is still a young asset, and we have seen Matthew Golden fail in a Packers wide receiver room of players you should most certainly be able to get above in the depth chart order, especially as a first-round pick. I'd rather bet on the upside of Addison than the player like Matthew Golden here. Now, on the bottom trade, also this morning, we saw Jordan Addison exchanged for David Montgomery and a 2027 third. Dynasty just seems to overvalue running backs all the time. David Montgomery is 28 years old and going on to his 3rd contract. That's just not the kind of running back you ever want to be buying. So Jordan Addison, a young receiver who's going to hold value, is just the far better option here. There is a 2027 third on the side of David Montgomery, and that's something I guess I'm willing to send away in that package to get this deal done, but it's more of a throw-in than a meaningful piece. It's Addison, and it's not particularly close on this bottom deal. Now, let's move into our second buy of the day. The second buy of today's video, which may constitute the word stash a little bit better, is going to be J.K. Dobbins, the running back of the Denver Broncos. J.K. Dobbins just signed a 2-year deal worth $16 million. That's really just a 1-year deal with $8 million guaranteed in 2026. The reason J.K. Dobbins is going to be a buy today is because Jonah Coleman just went to the Broncos in the 4th round, and it's likely going to deflate Dobbins' price just ever so slightly. Jonah Coleman is going in the early 2nd, if not the 1st round of rookie drafts, so people have some serious belief in Coleman, and that hopium just might be enough to get Dobbins on your roster for very, very cheap. This is the kind of buy you can be making, but not a guy you should be overpaying for, just a guy that you should be sending if you can get him for dirt cheap. Now, let's take a look at some trades that you can make to acquire Dobbins in your Dynasty leagues. Alright, so this first deal here on the top left is going to be J.K. Dobbins for the 2026 307 in a 12-team 1QB start 9 league. In a 1QB league, Dobbins is going to be even more valuable than he is in a Superflex league, and the players you're getting at 307 are going to be remarkably bad. You're getting guys like Adam Randall, whatever receiver you want to name, I don't know, like a Caleb Douglas type. This is an instant flip into a J.K. Dobbins. I know that there is upside to be had with those 5th, 6th, and 7th round real-life rookies, but when you can get a secure asset that's going to be producing, especially for this 1 year ahead, J.K. Dobbins is definitely worth more, and you can re-roll this 307 into something that's a lock to perform in your lineup that you may even be able to flip for a second later down the line when he's producing. Now, this bottom deal here, you see the 309 sent away for J.K. Dobbins, Juwan Jennings, and a 2027 4th. This one, I would almost argue, is a fleece. We have 12-team league, which means the 3.09 is around pick 35-ish, and J.K. Dobbins, Juwan Jennings, and a 2027 4th are already worth more than that, but I'm sure they will be worth far more than that when Jennings signs with the team and Dobbins performs in season. I'd be taking the J.K. Dobbins side on both of these deals, and he's just the kind of guy you can be throwing in on bigger deals to get as a stash or a throw-in to juice up the deal for your side, but also gain a little value when Dobbins is inevitably the starter for the team this upcoming season. Let's move on to the final buy of today's video. So my final buy of today's video is a bit more of a high-profile buy, and that's going to be Malik Nabers. Malik Nabers is obviously an elite player. We all saw it in 2024, but I think it's going to be a bit of the forgotten man syndrome, just like Jordan Addison, where people forget just how good Malik Nabers actually was. He came in and produced insane numbers as a rookie and was set to be the next breakout superstar wide receiver going into his second year before he tragically tore his ACL early on in the season. Malik Nabers has reached a point where people have just kind of heard his name a little bit less. He's not been on the field making plays, and that has reduced his price. Also, concerns about his ACL rehab process are likely lowering it as well. Although I don't expect Malik Nabers to return to performance immediately going into the season, he's so dang young and was so talented in that 2024 highlight reel of a season that you should just be looking to buy Malik Nabers, especially when you'll see the prices are as deflated as they are. In this first deal on the left, we see the 107 and the 108 package to receive Malik Nabers. Here, Nabers is just worth so much more than this. You're basically getting him for Kenyon Sadiq, Casey Conception, Ty Simpson, whatever mix of the few prospects that go there that you'd like to call it. Either way, you're going to need a lot more than that in my books to get to a superstar player like Malik Nabers. ACL tear or not, he is still just 22 years old going into this upcoming season and just has that upside that neither of the players at the 107 or the 108 do or will have. This second trade down below, we see a package of Bashal Tutin, Quinshon Judkins, a 2027 second, for Malik Nabers. I think this one is arguably worse than the first deal. Bashal Tutin, that's whatever. Quinshon Judkins was just in my sell video from the other day, and the 2027 second just does not move the needle with a player like Nabers. This is another one that I just think is not close at all. There are deals out there for people to receive Nabers that are just completely fleeces, and I think you should definitely go be checking on the price of him on the market. And because of that, I brought some more real trades that have been happening in Dynasty leagues to receive Malik Nabers, just to show you how viable he may be today. Malik Nabers and Baker Mayfield are packaged for DJ Moore and Jackson Dart. We see DJ Moore is going into his age 29 season and is being exchanged for a superstar like Nabers. Meanwhile, Baker Mayfield is being swapped for Jackson Dart. Obviously, Jackson Dart is the far more valuable asset than Baker Mayfield, but the super asset of Malik Nabers in this deal just makes it the Nabers side by a lot. On this final deal for today's video, we see Daniel Jones and Jahmyr Gibbs packaged for Malik Nabers, a 2027 first and a 2027 second. To me, this is essentially saying that Jahmyr Gibbs is more valuable than Malik Nabers. I think different creators will have different varying opinions on that, but I'd always much rather have the superstar, young, wide receiver than a running back who is just getting older and older, like a Maserati, loses value right out of the lot. Daniel Jones is just kind of a meh in this deal. He will be a starting quarterback likely at least next year and 2027. However, that 2027 first and 2027 second we know are just going to increase in value in a class that people are already hyping up oh so much. This is also going to be the Nabers side quite easily for me. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video where I covered 3 players you should be looking to buy in your Dynasty leagues right now. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video, and comment down below who you think is the biggest buy in Dynasty right now. If you're looking for more from me, the John Talks Ball community Discord should open up at the end of next week, and you can reach me for Dynasty advice, trade advice, or any other questions you may have about fantasy football. That's all from me. I'm your boy John, you're watching John Talks Ball, and I hope you have a great day. Peace.